We're the Movie Weirdos, and this is a special review of the movie It. I'm Jake.
What is it?
What is it? The movie It.
Sorry, that was a terrible attempt at making that joke.
It's okay. But I'm Jake.
Put it in the fuck it bucket. Oh, see? You already started it.
Alright, we'll just start over.
Oh, damn
we'll
it.
Start over. You can have another attempt at your
No,
joke, now I know it's coming.
No, because that was odd. Like,
it would have made more sense if he would have said, we're reviewing It. And then you're like, what is it? But he said the movie It.
I know, and that's why, like, as I was saying it, I was like, fuck, that he said the movie It already.
Well, do you want... I'll leave you open for the joke this time.
Oh, shit.
I'll leave it open for you.
We're getting real professional. We're writing jokes now.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Alright.
This is going to be a good outtake video.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, no, you can't. You don't say it on one. You just do the one.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm just being retarded.
We're the Movie Weirdos, and this is a special review of It.
What's it?
The movie It. What do you mean It?
I don't know. You just said we're reviewing It. So
Yeah.
I don't know what. It could be anything. It could be the Aristocats.
But It. The horror movie. Stephen King adaptation starring
The
Pennywise.
clown.
Crazy clown. And
Oh,
I'm Jake.
spooky. I'm Gozie.
And we have a special guest.
Pregnant Brittany.
Pregnant Brittany. My lovely pregnant wife here.
My wife!
My wife! And so yeah, we actually all went and saw It together. I guess it was about a week ago, but you know, we just got around to reviewing it. So we're just gonna kind of
We had to let it soak in our brains for a little bit. Creepy ass clowns.
Yeah. So I guess overall, what were your just overall thoughts about the movie? To start off.
As a film, I really enjoyed it. It was a fun ride. It was... I wouldn't say it was a scary movie. It had scary moments, and it had a lot of different types of scares. But it was also extremely funny.
Yeah.
And
funny parts.
the kid Finn Wolfhard of Stranger Things.
Finn Wolfhard.
Great name.
It's amazing.
Finn Wolfhard. That's an amazing name. Real life name, not character name.
Huh.
Yeah, he was
What's
great.
his character's name in the movie? Is it Mike? No.
I feel like Mike's his
Somebody else.
his
I can't remember.
Stranger Things.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, sidetrack. They were great. All the kids were great. Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise was creepy as shit. Yeah. That's my overall. What about you?
Overall, I did really enjoy it. I thought it was one of the better horror movies to come out recently, and it, you know, never had any like genuine like I was super scared moments, but like there was nothing really that made me jump or anything too bad.
He's lying.
Yeah.
We're
Did I
putting
jump?
that in the fuck it bucket because no, you jumped.
There were jumpy parts.
But-
You had to have jumped or at least at some point in time just been like, oh shit.
Yeah, maybe.
I did that a lot.
But overall, you know, directing, all the acting was pretty top notch. You know, you really felt for these group of kids. You know, you were in there in the adventure with them.
Yeah. The adults in that town suck.
Yeah, they do. So yeah, I guess those are my overall thoughts. I really enjoyed it. What did you think?
I really enjoyed it overall, I think. So I didn't know what the whole premise was in the first place, and I've met multiple people who didn't know either, and I'm like, I saw this movie, and they're like, I don't like clowns. I'm like, it's more of like a supernatural thing, because I always thought it was just a killer clown guy, but it's not. It's whatever you are afraid of most.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
It was unique.
but it still makes you wonder, why is he not like mostly a clown? Because
I think it might have to do with when he first, I don't know, when he first came to Earth or something.
origins.
Yeah, might be his origin of how he got to that town.
Are we going to find out in the second movie?
I'm guessing probably.
Yeah, because I think the title that's not like the It Part 2, whatever working title, I guess, is called Pennywise, whereas the first one was called The Losers Club, which is that group of kids. So
Yeah.
hopefully it'll be kind of an origin story mixed with the adult versions of them trying to take him out. So that one might be a bit more of just like in the slasher style of horror movies, where Pennywise is probably gonna fuck some shit up.
Or do you think it'll be more of a mystery thing? Because basically Pennywise isn't going to come for them as adults, so they're going to delve more into the mystery.
Yeah, because they're going to... That's another thing, is, like, adults don't usually see him, right? So how are they going to...
Well, because it works on your fears. So, like, with the adults, I'm assuming with the fears, like... I had a really good way of explaining it, and now I can't. So we'll come back to my thought.
They're going to purposely get afraid?
But, like, because, like, the kid, what the hell was his name? He was played by Jeremy Ray Taylor. He was the chubby kid who was my favorite.
Yeah.
He explained, like, that town has the most, like, missing persons. Mm-hmm. And then for children, it's even worse. Yeah. So there are a percentage of adults who still go missing during this time, because if he can get your fear, you're screwed. But if you can sit there and be like, it's not real, which most adults could just do because they could figure out some way to do that. Except when that kid got his arm bitten off in the beginning, I don't know how you go, oh, that's not real. So I'm kind of confused on that whole front. But
yeah, because he never scared the kid, really. He never...
Yeah.
That kid was terrified. Did you see his face?
Hesitant.
Come here, Georgie.
Georgie. Don't you want your boat?
Yeah. I was slightly worried from the beginning of the scene that Pennywise was going to act that over the top the entire movie.
Oh, yeah, no.
But
he did
no.
not.
I was like,
especially when he got down to business.
I was like, is Pennywise going to talk like that the whole movie? It'd be a little weird, but it's still a great opening scene. It's a good way to start the movie.
Super intense.
Wasn't that in the book?
I believe so, yeah. That's what I heard.
I don't know, because I know that they have changed a lot from the book, so I don't know if that's one of the things that did.
Well, just like the book, I think it took place in the 50s, where this took place
the time frame's not a big deal, because especially with entertainment, you're going to want to make it more relatable to the audience that's seeing it. Yeah. Whereas the people reading the book when it came out, they grew up in the 50s, so they got it. Mm-hmm. Like Stand By Me.
Strange.
And stuff like that.
The weird thing is, this movie took place mainly in 1989.
Yep.
27 years later, this guy right here, born in 1989. It's weird.
I'm confused.
Because every 27 years, Pennywise shows up. So that's just weird.
Well, you never, stated that you're, 27. So.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, so there it is.
Yeah, so there we go.
But, it's 27 years later. People can do math, but...
Yeah. This is also 27 years since the 90s TV movie, which is crazy. 27 years exactly.
Okay, but how could that be if it's... Never mind.
1990, I guess. So,
No, you're right.
Yeah, whatever. Don't listen to me. I got you off topic already.
I'm so lost now.
All right. We'll move on.
Reel it back in, Brittany. So what were your overall thoughts on the movie?
Reel it back in.
It was scary. I was hoping it was going to be a little bit more supernatural. There was more violence than I thought there was going to be, which was okay, but I was kind of hoping more for
the kids,
the creepy, a little more creepy spookiness. Yeah. Just a little bit more.
Which I thought you got from when Pennywise became that painting.
Oh, yeah.
That was kind of the supernatural kind of freaky part. Kind of reminded me of some out of The Conjuring or something. So that scene.
That kid in that painting.
Yeah. It was creepy.
Didn't I really like that kid?
Well,
no.
he
didn't get a lot of
backstory.
Explanation, so he just seemed like a whiny little bitch. As opposed to the other whiny little bitch who you kind of understood why he was a whiny little bitch.
But apparently when it comes out on Blu-ray and digital,
15 more
15,
minutes.
it's going to have 15 more minutes, a director's cut version of the movie.
That's 15 more pages of script. That's a lot.
So I'm guessing it'll flesh out maybe some of these side characters, give them a little bit more maybe.
That maybe even go a little more into the Pennywise history with when they're in his bedroom.
Maybe.
Figuring out. Or him just in the library, actually. Yeah. Figuring stuff out.
Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't do more research. That was another thing. It was like, before you go into
that
this
chubby
house,
kid, did you not see his room? He did, I think, all the research you could do.
Why, just find out, who died, why are there
He did all that, but there was no explanation. This keeps happening.
But there had to have been, a beginning of it. And
yeah, he did. There was.
But there was, the burnt tree or whatever, and the person hanging in it. What was up with that? They never explained that.
I'm trying to remember that. Oh, when they were at that house?
It seemed like something happened, and that was an event. And I wanted to know what that was.
Yeah, no, they did. That house, I don't know if it was that house.
It was a house.
I know what house you're talking about. I'm talking, the explanation for it is that black kid, I think it might be that house. He lived in that house, and it burned down. And that's what the significance is.
Who's the person hanging on the tree?
I don't know.
It could be anybody. It's probably from the, when they did look at the history, there was something about a hanging there. Okay. I can't remember.
Might have something to do with, Pennywise's origins in the town. Maybe it has something to do with that house, and hence why there's that crazy sewer right underneath that house.
That's a well?
Well, sorry.
Jake, he comes out of a well. And they called it a well 20 times.
But why is the well connected to a sewer?
Because that's kind of what happens in the modern days. Sometimes they get absorbed into the system.
I guess.
Because they have water.
Yeah, I guess. All right.
And then when they're empty.
So, we talked some about stuff that, might have bugged you, but is there anything else? Is there anything you didn't like about the movie?
Did not like.
Did not like.
I did not like the character Henry. I thought he was a douchebag. The older gentleman with the knife and the carving up of people.
Mullet kid.
Yeah, mullet kid.
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy his friends either because they were all douches.
Yeah, but they added an element to the story.
They did, but they did a really good job at making them extremely unlikable. Yeah. I didn't even
off the bat.
Even when I saw the way his dad treated him, I didn't even feel sorry for him. I hated him so much. I was like, he deserves it. Yeah. And then when
yeah, I didn't expect that.
That was crazy. Pennywise got in his head.
Yeah.
Killed his flamethrower buddy. What happened to the dude with the car?
That's a very good question.
Did he survive?
I don't remember.
He probably did.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Because I don't remember him ever getting hunted down. Lucky guy.
Okay. Was there anything you didn't like?
I mean, I feel like I
haven't addressed.
Complained a little bit.
Okay.
So
I would say for me, Bill. There were a couple times the editing, for me, there were just a couple times where it was just a Pennywise scare after Pennywise scare after Pennywise scare without kind of direct transitions in between. So I feel like, and I know that was the way of setting the kids up, but I felt like, it was just creepy scene right in a row without anything to kind of
I agree.
Back those out a little bit.
Disagree because the way that they did the scares were different. Where you had the one where it was kind of the classic build up and then whoa, there's him. And then it'd be followed by build up, nothing happens. And you're like, oh, you motherfucker. Yeah! And then they do the pull of just it's going, and then, oh shit! it was repeated scares at times in a row,
Yeah.
but they'd achieve it at different ways.
Yeah. And they were trying to show that like all the kids were going through the same thing pretty much at the same time too. But yeah, it was different though.
That too.
Yeah.
Depending on what part of the movie you're talking about, that's the other part too. Is that
Okay.
with a linear mode of showing something, you can only show one thing at a time.
Yeah. Okay. And then obviously, there were some controversial things in this movie. Obviously, being with the female lead, there's, a lot of people were fairly upset about it, but, it happened in the book. Actually, worse things happened in the book.
Yeah.
So, do you think with all that, controversy, kind of stuff, do you think they handled it well in the movie without making it awkward or, making it seem like like it wasn't adding to the story or anything?
I personally wish they would have just toned it down a little. I don't know, making her father feel... I don't know how I want to say it. Like, he was just so creepy all the time. Where, like, you need, like, a facade and then be creepy, like, behind closed doors. He was creepy all the time. He totally would have gotten caught.
No, but that's because the only time you see him is behind his home door. Like, he's in closed door. He's at home.
But,
like,
I don't know.
And to me, I'm assuming, like, what the implications were is what was true to her childhood, that I'm pretty sure that's just how he is at home because it's his domain. I'm sure if there was a scene of them in public, he would not be as creepy.
Yeah.
But I thought overall they kept her as a strong female character. Like, she wasn't completely bogged down by it. She was kicking ass. So I think it's controversial, but yet a kind of powerful moment for women.
Didn't she beat the fuck out of her dad? Didn't she smash him in the head?
Yes.
Yeah!
So,
Dude.
You could see, it's, kind of a powerful moment. And you see, it takes a horror movie to kind of talk about things that most people generally don't talk about. Where I see in this movie, you have kids that are actually what kids do. Yeah. These boys, they swear, they're, a bunch of little boys, and, obviously there's, problems that happens in kids' childhood.
People were all angry about the kids' dialogue, and I was like, so they're like freshmen in high school, maybe becoming sophomores, I think, or they're 8th graders going into 9th grade.
Yeah, I was thinking
something like that.
I was thinking in between middle and high school somewhere.
Okay, well, either way.
School, maybe.
Yeah, I definitely talked like that at that age. Like, that, yeah, I used that language. Like, that was not a shot. I thought it was authentic. Like, that's the stupid shit boys say at that age. It's just how we talk, because we're dumb. And we just learned all these great new words.
Yeah, South Park came out when we were kids, so everyone...
I mean, but even before that...
talks like a bunch of sailors.
Kids always talk like that. It's
true.
It's just you learn that dialogue, and then it's forbidden, so of course as a child you're like, ha, fuck. And yeah.
So I guess overall, is there anything else you guys want to add before we give our overall ratings of the movie?
Oh man, I have to give a rating.
The main character, Bill, bugged me the whole movie up until he proved to be a super strong, awesome dude at the end when he confronted the Pennywise version of his little brother and blasted him in the face.
Yeah.
Because I honestly thought he was not going to do it. Because I thought he was just going to crumble like, oh god, it's him.
For a few seconds, I'm like, snap, what if that was his brother?
No, I thought that too. I'm like, oh gosh, what did he do? But luckily, I think the way they edited it, they made you question it. Because it took
well,
them
yeah,
a
that's
while
the whole point of it. Is like they
yeah.
wanted you to think like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like you just expecting Pennywise to just like pop up right behind the little kid like, ha! Or a pyramid of balloons that are upside down. That was probably the creepiest part. was when little dude was being chased by the guy with lupus.
Basically,
And
zombie-looking guy. Yeah.
then Pennywise just showing up with that pyramid of creepy ass balloons. Then whenever he'd run, that was super creepy too, because he wasn't running like, or he was, but he had like more than 2 legs, so it was just like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like that.
Yeah. It was very terrifying.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, definitely. I think most people can agree. Like, can't wait for part 2.
Yeah.
See where it goes.
Excited to see where it goes and who gets cast.
Yeah, it'd be interesting who they cast as the older versions, because these kids are, they kind of...
Let's say 13, 14 in that area, so you had 27 of that. You're looking at 30 years.
Yeah.
Hitting 30, like, dang.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I guess overall, let's give our, ratings on the weirdness scale.
How are we going to do this? Are we doing
This is our first
thumbs,
review. So
stars, number system. Are we doing a hand meter?
Well, I'm just thinking of a scale, like the weirdness
1 to 10?
scale.
The weirdness scale?
Do you want to do 1 out of 10 or
so
out of 100?
This is what pre-production meetings are supposed to be for,
Yeah.
but we didn't think to do this part.
No such thing. But 1 out of 10 or 1 out of 100?
No, 1 out of 10. Jesus.
All right, 1 out of 10. All right. Okay. Do you have another?
You can
number in
go
mind?
1 decimal point if you really have to.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to throw halves and things in quarters because I have to. That's what bugs me about like the old Netflix rating. I couldn't do like 3 1/4 or 3 1/2. Okay.
I'm so sorry for you.
But I guess, all right, 1 out of 10 on the weirdness scale. I will give it a
So suspense.
7.25.
Wow.
7.25.
I said 1 decimal point, but that's fine.
7.25. 7 1/4. What do you got, Brittany?
I was thinking, gosh, the number I came up with was higher than yours. I was gonna say 7.6.
7.6.
Got a bunch of weirdos over here. I'm just gonna rock a classic 8.
Okay.
Because what is the difference between a 7 and 7 1/4?
7 1/4. Like, I feel like 7 is like, it's a good movie. 7 1/4.
It's a good movie plus a quarter of goodness.
It's a real good movie. 8, I feel like you go, that's real good. 9, great. 10, amazing.
Yeah.
That's how I say it.
It didn't quite get an 8 for me. I'm sorry. But it did reach a
So
7.
then what's 8.5? What is 7 1/3? What's 7 1/5? Like, I'm so confused at how.
Don't worry.
As we digress,
What would you give it?
an 8. I already said.
You did already say it. So yeah,
There's no 8.00.
Yeah. So yeah, that was our review of it.
You're only allowed 1 decimal point.
Sound off and let us
That
know
was well done.
what you thought of it in the comments below. And then subscribe to our channel, like it, and hope you check out our main show of the Movie Weirdos.
Oh, and as a disclaimer, even though it's at the end of the video,
This was a spoiler review.
okay, we need to go in and create that for before the episode. But
It'll be in the title.
None of us have seen the original film version, right?
I saw parts of it as
Okay,
a kid, but I
no.
don't remember it.
So none of us have seen that. So we can't compare it. We can't compare the Tim Curry Pennywise to Bill Skarsgård. So in the comments below, if you have, let us know.
Bing bong bing.
And if you've read the book, throw that up there too, because 1,100 pages would take a while.
That's commitment right there.
Yeah, I'm going to read it before the next It movie comes out. So I got a year.
Does it come out in exactly a year?
I don't know if it's exactly a year, but I'm pretty sure they're
About a
probably
year.
aiming for the same
Fall.
time.
Fall.